right, in this video, we are going to look at doing polynomials. So a binomial times a binomial and a binomial times a trinomial. So we're going to use the box method for this. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is draw our box. The height should be the number of terms in the first polynomial. The length should be the number of terms in the second. We put our polynomial on the outside and multiply inside. Okay, we can find our like terms on the diagonal and we can combine them. And as always, we're going to write our answer in standard form. All right, so here's our first one. I've got 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 2. So my first one, so this means I'm making my box a 2 by 2. So I'm going to put 3x and 1 on the outside, and then 3x and 2 on the top. So now all I have to do is multiply. Well, 3x times 3x gives me 9x squared. 3x times 2 gives me 6x. 3x times 1 gives me 3x. And 1 times 2 gives me 2. Now notice right here, okay, those are my like terms, right? They both have an x. I'm going to add those two together. So pulling out, we get 9x squared plus 6x plus 3x plus 2. So 6x plus 3x gives me 9x. And there's my final answer. All right, we'll look at another one. So I've got 9x minus 2 times x plus 4. So I'm going to put 9x minus 2 on the left and x plus 4 on the top. Again, this is a 2 by 2 box. Nine times x, or 9x times x gives me 9x squared. 9x times 4 gives me 36x. X times a negative 2 is a negative 2x. And negative 2 times 4 is a negative 8. So I'm going to add along my diagonal, which 36x plus a negative 2x. Okay, that's just going to give me 34x. So I get 9x squared plus 34x minus 8. All right, so again, we have another 2 by 2. Okay, so I put my first one on the left, up and down, second one on the top, and now I can straight multiply. 4x times 3x gives me 12x squared. 4x times 2 is negative 2, gives me negative 8x. 3x times 5, negative 5 gives me negative 15x. And negative 5 times negative 2 gives me 10. So again, I can add along that diagonal, and negative 15 plus a negative 8 is a negative 23, so I have a negative 23x there. So I get 12x squared minus 23x plus 10. All right, so we have a special case here. and this right here, okay, 2x minus 1 squared. All that means is I'm taking 2x minus 1 times 2x minus 1. So I can put those over my box. 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. 2x times negative 1 is a negative 2x. 2x times negative 1, again we have that negative 2x. And negative 1 times negative 1 is a positive 1. Add along my diagonal, I get 4x squared plus, well, negative 2x plus negative 2x is a negative 4x plus 1. And that's it. So now let's look at, what do I do if I have a binomial times a trinomial? Again, I'm going to work them just pretty much the same. The only difference is I will have a 2 by 3 this time. Okay? Put them in their spot. The first one goes on the up and down. So 10x times 2x squared gives me 20x cubed. 10x times x gives me 10x squared. 10x times a negative 5 gives me negative 50x. And then we'll do negative 1 times 2x squared gives me negative 2x squared. Negative 1 times x is a negative x. And negative 1 times negative 5 is a positive 5. So again, we have our diagonals that we can have like terms on. We're going to add those together. So we get 20x to the third, because it has no like terms, plus, well, negative 2x squared plus 10x squared gives me 8x squared. Negative x plus a negative 50x gives me negative 51x plus 5.